All I can tell you is I got in the door barely and I got the buttons all mashed and I ain't got all the cameras running, but I'm here. Uh, Church ran late, had somebody wanting to get saved today and had to go to the front. Well, run us late. So hope everybody had a good week. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Spike's Brotherhood of the Build Show and Grow. That's what we got, guys. So hey, welcome all of you here. I see some of my buddies here. We got Tommy and Lucifer. Hey, Lucifer, glad you can make it, brother. I appreciate you, man. I really do. I'm gonna throw a link up here and let y'all have it. Geo comes sliding in. I want y'all to come in and join me. A couple of you. So anybody's welcome. Okay, let me tell you that. That's the way this works. So everybody's welcome to come join us. Bill, good to see you, buddy. Rob, good to see you, man. Appreciate y'all dropping in today. This is probably the last time I'm gonna do this on a Sunday at 2 o'clock. I'm either gonna move it to later in the day or another day during the week. I haven't made up my mind yet about that. I'm still debating it. Let me get this camera down so y'all ain't looking at the sky so much. Okay. But yeah, I'm still trying to decide when I'm gonna move it, and it's probably gonna be like in the middle of my afternoon, maybe. I don't know. I hadn't decided. So y'all are probably some of you have to catch it on replay. Some will catch it because you're around where you can, and we'll work it out. Anybody real good with logos? I need some help. I want a Brotherhood of the Build logo, some kind of nice logo for the Brotherhood of the Build. Something with guitar on it or something, So y'all share some ideas with me here. So tell me, guys, what all y'all got going on in your worlds, and what have y'all been doing this week? Drop it in the comments there, or there's the link where you can come on in and come join me. And all you do is hit the button and come on in. Y'all know how it works. And so far, everybody's been good. I hadn't had to put anybody in a timeout. And we've had a lot of fun. So, if we could get that number up to 25, then I'll give away that set of dies like that right over there for somebody. And that's what I'm going to do. I've got an affiliate deal with them this week. And so if y'all need some dies, make sure you use my link to order them, okay? I'd appreciate you. And if you got questions about them, I'll try my best to answer them or get you an answer. And yeah, we're working at it. Had a guitar cable company contact me this week out of the blue and say, "Would you want to test some guitar cables?" I said, "Well, why not? I'll do it. I mean, right now, just it helps build time on the channel." And I think I got a neck coming to play with that somebody done a neck blank. They want people to work them, and I want to do one for the video. So I got that going on. So hey, we getting up to 7. We moving, guys. Appreciate every one of you. I know that. Hey, guys, I do. I just want y'all to know that if you come here, I appreciate all of you. Even that Robert R. dude that shows up here. Yeah, I appreciate him too. Yeah, I do. He come in last night after we'd already got done, or I think we'd done and went to bed, and he seen it this morning actually. But yeah, he knows how my timing is. Rab, good to see you, man. How's the world over there treating you in your part of the world? You staying safe, I hope. Not letting anybody bother. I had the heat on in this office, guys. And I walked in here and it was like, well, last night I was in here late and I left the heat on and I forgot to turn it off. And it was, I walked in here a while ago and it was blazing. So, yeah. Oh, you find one, Bill? Oh, no. UPS lost your body blank. No. But you did find a neck. That's good. I'm glad you done that because we was going to try to work out and make a way to make you one. I promise you that. So, so Gus, good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you coming in. Well, it's been a good week for me, except for I was sick all week with a sinus and ear infection over here. And man, I was miserable. I just didn't do nothing for a couple of days. I just chilled. And then when I got up with a purpose. You know how I do when I get up. And so my purpose this week was I wanted to get a sled built so I could work on the nightmare over here. And so I ordered me a replacement router for that router that's spitting bits out. Got me a new chuck system for it and everything. And ordered me some Shinto rasp. Ordered some scrapers. I got me some spoke shaves. I don't know how I'm gonna do with those, but I got them. just to try. And of all the stuff I ordered, the first things I ordered on Tuesday still haven't got here today, and everything else is here. So yeah. So Southeast, how you doing, brother? I'll probably see you after a while in the chat over at that other place, won't I, down there in Texas or Colorado. That's slide by there. I'm trying to get him to send me one of them next, brother. I want to take one out there and run it through my pen router, see what damage you can do to it. I'm learning about that, guys. Now, me and Gio was having this real nice conversation the other night. We was talking about all the different methods that people use when they're building stuff. You know what I mean? And uh, he was talking about, well, most people, they'll do a hand tool and then they go to power tools and then decide they want to do a CNC. And that's kind of the way they do it. And I said, yeah, probably so. I'd say most of them do that. But I said, but me, I'm a little backwards. I started by doing my first neck with a CNC. And I got some right now I'm doing on the pen router and the router. And then I got the tools over here to do the hand carved neck on this base right here. Because, well, I don't know no other way to get to it really to do much. I mean, I can take away a lot of it with a router and a lot of it with the saw. But after that, it's going to be handwork. So, yeah. So I just had a good week. But tell me about your week, guys. What all did y'all get done, Bill? I mean, Bill said he found him a neck. So I'm glad to hear that. I talked to our buddy Joe last night, and Joe's bought him some more hand tools. He's going to try to do his whole thing with hand tools. And, he's out on the road in that truck, and that probably makes good sense for Joe. And I commend him for that. So let me see. What's Lucifer whining about over here? Oh, did you make did he made you a sign? I think is that what happened? I missed part of the comments there because I was talking too much. Y'all know how that works. And some of y'all talk a lot on this during comments too, don't you? I guess y'all. I know how it feels when I'm commenting now, and I drive y'all crazy. I'm sorry. No, just go. Y'all comment all you want. I appreciate it. But yeah, we just been having fun. Orbital sander. There you go. Orbital sander is the way to go. I mean, it moves it around. It don't leave you scratches, and if you got a variable speed, it even makes it better if you can do that. So well, guys, I got busy. Well, I cut the parts out Friday night, and I fired up those shot smith and the sander and the drill press and everything, and I cut all the parts out for this thing, and then my pocket hole jig come in yesterday. Now, I'm a guitar guy and a plumbing and heat and air conditioning guy. I've never been a real like build cabinets type guy, like my son's a carpet cabinet guy. But I've never done a lot of that. Hey, sweet tea, how you doing, Todd? Uh, so I never done a lot. So I had my first experience ever yesterday, and I'll be 64 next Sunday, not Sunday, but next Sunday. But I had my first experience with a pocket hole jig. And I'm gonna tell you what, my God, how'd that go this long without one of them? I learned so many things. First thing, get your super glue out and put it where you want it. Super glue it and then put the screws in. Either that or clamp it and hold it while you put the screws in. But I found the super glue worked pretty darn good. So yeah, so hope everybody's doing well. Todd, I seen your newest episode. It looked really good. And Lucifer, I seen yours. I'm trying to keep up with everybody's bills. It's my friends and see what they got going on. But let me show y'all what I've done over here before we get to the sidetrack. And then we'll come back. Maybe somebody will have a nice question or somebody will hit that link that'll come in over here wanting to come in as a guest today because I got plenty of room for them. And I was expecting Gio to slide in, but I haven't seen him yet. So he may come. Lucifer, if you want to come in, come on. Anybody else? Bill? I enjoy it when y'all come in. I like the Hollywood Squares look on this thing. So I'm going to raise the camera up, get a better angle on my table over here so I can do a little showing of what you got going. Yeah, Todd, I have to say, his fret markers really work for me since I used to own a skate park. They kind of made my day. Get the old camera in the right place here. I'm sorry. There we go. I'm going to move over to there and I can come back and check comments in a minute. I'll take my mouse with me in case I can use it. I might can use it over here. Never know. We'll see. Okay, guys. I got my head partly cut off. Let me back up a little bit. Okay. I bought a bunch of stuff this week. I got this in here. I ain't even unwrapped yet. I know a lot of y'all use the routers, and I think you use the big router, the big ones. I'm kind of a fan of the pin router because I like the small one. And well, I got one that's got all these little attachments with it this time. This and the little thing here. It's got the plunge router part right here in the machine. And what I've done is I made this thing with a solid flat bottom with real true trail rails. I made the slide where it'll slide all the way to here. Now, regular guitar, I can get the whole guitar in here. This bass, the headstock's hanging over a little bit, so I'm going to flatten it, and then I'm going to move it back and do another flatten to finish that. And then when I get done, I'm going to center the neck up in the middle of this thing and use it to cut my truss rods. I did say rods. Yeah, truss rods and my stiffeners to go in my neck by just putting it right here and run it right. Just line it up and run it right down through like that and cut them right there in the top out where it's sitting there. That's the way I decided I was going to do it. But yeah, I'm going to grab all the rest of my stuff and just get moving on it and finish. I put these tie downs in where I can hold it, and well, y'all see it. See the bench wiggle when I do that, top of the bench? I mean, it's tight. So yeah, I'm liking the way it works out. I think we're going to do good. The little trim router here is low as it'll go, and then I put 3/4 inch, 1 inch stuff under it, and I got the bit not even sticking out of the bottom of it right now, so we got to work on that. And I got the solving for that right here, so we'll look at that. What else? Oh, my little router kit had a box of bits in it. I think there's 2 in here I may use. I got the big Shinto. I'm waiting on the little one and the scrapers and the spoke shaves to get here to work his neck with. And that's kind of, well, everything else I got was pocket hole jigs and just shop tools, so there ain't nothing else anybody would be interested in, but, it's just kind of what I've done the week. And I got a piece of stain over here that I saved. I got us one if y'all want to play. If we have a minute after we get done, I may do a quick stain job. So just see how it works, Hey, I know Todd's used that Angelos, and he loves it. And I know some other people have too, and they're loving it. And we'll tell you what, it works. And I love the stuff. What I like is you can go back and reactivate it and make it work again. And, when you mess stuff up and you go think about it and you get up in the morning and say, I don't like that, well, you can go fix it. As long as you ain't put that clear on it. So, hey, let's get back over here. Oh, okay, I'm back. Sorry. I lost half of them on the side. I lost half of y'all while I was doing that. So, yeah, well, that's life. I figured somebody was interested in it, but I guess not. So, anyway, I'm back. There's the best Geo. Geo, come on in, brother. I put the link up there. If you can get to it, hit it, come on in here. And let's talk about what's going on in the world. Let's see. Let me see what y'all had to say about everything here. I got behind here. Okay. Oh, thank you, man, for a early happy birthday. I'll give y'all my address if you want it, okay? Let me see. Just checking the comments, make sure I ain't missing nothing important y'all been saying, because y'all talking trash about me. I have to know about it. Jeffrey Egan, if you got a phone, you got equipment to do a video, brother. A lot of my videos, first ones, were nothing but a phone. Now I shoot with a cheap $59 or $79 GoPro most of the time. That's what this is on, is a $79 GoPro. And I had a Canon and it died. Yeah, Todd, I made it big. The reason I made it big is because I've got this big old base to work with. Okay, so, and I got other slab work, these big old slabs that I'm going to have to do something with. So, that's the reason I made it big, but you can just take it off the table. Now, I didn't show y'all this when I was showing you just now, but look at this right here. Y'all know about my vise on the front right here, right? But when I loosen the vise up and do this, it's got a bench leg right there that's locked to the bench. So it don't move, and then I got clamps on the other end. Now, when I want to take this off of here, I can take this thing out there and put it on my assembly table right up on the top of it. So Gio popped out on me. He popped in and popped out. I was fixing to bring him in, and as soon as he did, he went away. He's on that Elon Musk or whatever it is, satellite system, so we never know what's going to happen with him. But thank you, Todd. I've tried to get it right. It's just a little big, but it'll hang on the wall. I'm going to drill a couple of holes and hang it on the wall somewhere, and only use it when I have to. What router is that? Tommy, that is a Amazon router. It was $109, I believe, for the router, 3 bases, and a box of bits. And it's a $250 Makita with different name tag on it. So, let's see who else here. See who else got him. Who are giving me a hard time? Robert R. I have 5 routers right now, and then I got a pen router. So I guess that makes 6. And then the pen router is actually an overhead router and a pen router. So I guess you'd call it 7. I don't know. Let's see who else is here. What I'm missing. I don't want to miss anybody's comments. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have anybody to do my checking on stuff for me, So, yeah. But the big routers, I just don't really have. I got a big one. I got one, but I turned it upside down and mounted it in the bottom of my radio alarm saw table, and left it there just so I can use it to cut patterns with. That's all I use it for. I just raise it up, cut patterns. I got this in the mail today. Yeah, that Makita switch ain't a cool spot, is it, there, Lucifer? I've got the variable speed on my. The old Harbor Freight routers do pretty good, except the chucks are the weakness. They'll run for a long time and put brushes in them, they'll keep running, but the chuck in them is pretty pathetic. So, it's take a chance. So we're going to fix the chuck in this one, we hope, right off the bat. We got this little wrench. Got this thing here to adjust the length of it. And got some collets that go in here. Let's see what this looks like. This maybe will keep me from spitting out router bits and tearing up stuff again. A router bit extension. There you go, see? Router bit extension. Man, this little oily. That's the wrong there. That's the 1/8 inch one there. That's the little bitty one. I got it with the 1/8 and a 1/4, so I could do both. I mean, it didn't make sense to try to go up to half, did it? So, yeah, exactly. Let's see what this looks like. Pop it out of here right quick. I don't know about y'all, but that looks a lot more secure than them little doodads they keep standing at us. I got a visitor now. We'll head him in here in just a second. Okay, let's see, guys. Y'all know it's not going to want to thread on. Oh, come on. Come on. Don't be bad to me. There we go. Now we got it. Now we hooked up these. Now it's got the fancy little wrench and that. You put it up in there and you stand and get you 2 1/8 inches more router bit extension when you're doing that. And they make them for 1/2 inch too. So you get in that position, you know how to get you one now, okay? So, hey, let's bring in my buddy Gio. I got a list of questions and stuff to talk to him about. I'm trying to get around the world and share this with all of my friends. So, hey, let's bring him on in here. Hey. Check it out.
Hey, Spike.
Was Elon Musk giving you a hard time today, buddy?
Yeah, he's giving. I'll give him a call tomorrow. Tell him I'm not happy.
You'll be fine. Yeah, you'll be fine.
I can't see the chat from now I've connected live, but I think there's quite a few of the guys in. I said a quick hello and then I tried to join.
Yeah. Oh, me. Spring sale at Bitterroot, guys. Oh, man. Now they put a sale up after I bought all that stuff last week. I got to Texas. I said Bitterroot Guitars put a 22% sale up.
Oh.
And I just bought a lot of stuff last week. I bought you had asked me about this, and I figured I better grab it so I could show you.
Yeah, what's this? Your Indian? Is this Indian rosewood?
This is for the bass.
That's nice.
That's Indian rosewood fret. And then this truss rod, they're kind of big, you know that, right?
Yeah.
And y'all know me. I'm an old Southern boy that knows NASCAR. So what did I do? I ordered 2. I'm putting 2 truss rods in this 5-string bass. Now, y'all go ahead and put in the comments. Y'all think I'm crazy because I know you do. But I'm thinking about it this way. If that neck ever starts moving, I got a chance to save it if I do that. But if one rod, if it ever starts twisting, ain't nothing I can do.
You're talking about some carbon rods too. You putting?
Oh yeah, I'm putting carbon rods in it and 2 truss rods. Yeah, I'm gonna load it up. Well, okay, here's the deal, Gio. I got $30 in this piece of wood, so that ain't no real big loss if I lose that piece of wood. Okay.
Yeah.
The parts are all free that somebody gave me, from a broken up guitar. So I'm gonna replace all the rusty screws and got a new nut, truss rod, frets, truss rods, and stiffeners. So the most expensive part in this whole guitar is the stiffening rods.
Well,
I'm spending more money on stiffening rods than I am on the whole rest of it altogether.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I started to cut up some fishing poles.
And a router sled.
I come close to cutting up a couple of old fishing poles and do a frugal fix on it, so. But yeah, so how's your week been? You get much done?
Yeah, pretty good. I got the my next video that's going to go out is the neck carve video. So I did the neck video a couple of weeks ago, which has gone really well. Like quite a lot of people, I think about 800 people. I've got about 800 views on it. So that's really good. And then I did the body video, I don't know, maybe a week ago, I think.
Right.
But I've got 2 to do. I think I couldn't decide. My initial plan was to do a 2-piece mahogany body and chamber it out. And I think you saw the video. I was looking through all of the different bits of wood to see which one I was happy with. And when I put the neck up against a bit of white European ash, it looked really nice. So I thought I'll make a couple and see which one I prefer. And I did the ash one first. It came out really nice. I'm really happy. So I think that's the one that I'm going to use for the neck that I've already made, and then I'll just make another. So.
Well, it's just wood. Frets don't cost that much. Oh, somebody brought up a subject I seen yesterday about frets. I just how my brain works. Everybody was talking about, you get one of them vendors to bend your fret wire, and you get a piece, them 1-foot pieces, and you lose about that much off each end of it, because it won't bend it. And then you get a big one, and you do it, and you lose a little bit off those, the 3, the long ones. But, the guy was talking about there should be somebody that makes one that bends it all the way to the end. Well, I found that dude.
Go on.
I didn't make it, but I was looking to research to figure out how to make one.
Is he called Spike?
No, I was looking at the way somebody had made one and trying to find designs, so I could make one myself. And I'll be honest, I ran up on one, and it's in England, Wales or wherever. But I looked at it, and when I looked at it, I said, that'll do it. And then I read the description and it said yes. And then it's also got a straightener on it. So if you bend them too much, you can feed it back through the bottom and straighten them back out. It was
That's
about
good.
80 pounds, but it's a really unbelievable machine. And they had the most awesome fret press I ever seen. The whole thing's like this big by that big. You stick the neck in it, put it in, and it's got a thing on top. You turn the thing on top, and it just pushes them in.
Do you use a fret press or do you hammer them?
I hammered in the last one I did.
Yeah, I prefer hammering them in, but I get the I don't know how you buy the frets, but I buy the Syntongs ones, and they're each fret, each bit of you get like 12 in a pack, and each one of them is enough for 2 frets. So I never buy a roll. I always just buy the individual frets.
Right. Well, I got this stuff the other day from Bitterroot. I ordered a set of pre-cut ones, but then I realized when I got done that the top 2 pre-cuts weren't going to fit that neck on that 5-string bass.
Yeah.
They weren't wide enough for it. So I went ahead and put in an order for some 1-foot pieces to finish it out with, so I'd have them. That was the easiest way to fix my mistake. And then when I go start doing these other guitars, I'm not going to be using them big jumbo frets like I am this bass, because I'm putting big ones on it. So I'm going to put, a smaller fret. And so I don't know if I'm supposed to be putting big frets on a bass or not. It just said bass frets, so I figured that's what I'd put.
What do you
Hey,
like? What do
I'm
you?
building a bass and I ain't never played one more than 5 minutes. Okay, so yeah.
What about when you're playing guitar? What frets do you like to put into your guitars? Because I like using the narrow.
I just usually like mediums, just a regular medium.
Yeah.
I don't like medium jumbo. I just like regular medium, standard. Uh, I don't like anything that's you know.
Yeah, I started using the tall narrow fret after my wife bought me a Telecaster a few years ago, and it's a Nashville Deluxe Telly, and it's the first guitar I've had with narrow tall frets, and they're awesome. I love them. So
Yeah.
everything that I've built, I've always used narrow frets, but for a couple of them I've used tall frets as well. But they're way nicer than the jumbo ones. You just seem to have a lot more room right up at the,
Oh, they give you a lot more room to do fret jobs for a long time.
yeah.
When the tall ones, you can do fret jobs more. I mean, it keep on going. It ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? Just you got a lot more material to do them with. I guess what I'm saying. So yeah, but yeah, just been a busy week. I'm glad you had a lot done. And Todd's telling us about the symptoms. He got a big old fat box of it. Well, if I was using all one kind, I'd do that. But I'm making like 5 projects, and
Yeah,
and I'm kind of like all over the place. So yeah.
the Syntone stuff.
Who else orders that many colors of stain to work on guitars?
Well, tell us about the stain, Spike. What have you looked? Because you've had quite a
Well,
bit of. I
well,
can see from your T-shirt that you're a paid up shill now. So you better tell us about it.
no, I'm not no paid up shield now. Hey, if I didn't like them, I'd have never said a word about them. I can promise you that.
I'm joking.
I'll never recommend anything that I don't like. I can tell you that. So, but I used them, and the thing I love is they're so easy to work, and they're easy to blend and move. You just got to break the habit of getting it too dark, which is my problem. I just blend the wrong direction and get the dark in instead of the yellow out, trying to make that. Me and that sunburst have been having a battle now. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get one though. I'm gonna do one this week. I'm gonna get a good one out. So,
which one?
but
From the black sunburst right the way through, because the red to the yellow looked great already.
right, yeah, but then you mess up and go at it again, and you blend something back into your yellow if you don't watch what you're doing, and you made another mistake, and that's what I've been doing. I'm learning. I'm getting the hang of it. It's a test of my ADHD when I open up that box of stains. I can promise you that. When I lay a chunk of wood out there to practice, to play with, and I got all them colors to look at, my brain's going just like that, going what, when, where, wow, how, which one? Well, what'll happen if you do this and then some of that? Well, I don't know. Let's just do it. So yeah.
What have you decided on so far? Which of them do you like?
I like doing bursts of all kinds. I also want to do some fades, where they start at the top and fade down, darker. I want to try like a waterfall type fade. I want to do some of that.
Did you see that?
There's so many things you can do with them, and I fired up one of them, and I took out a bottle of yellow, and one of them it got dark. I wanted to see what would happen, so I hit it with yellow, and I brought a lot of the sun back into sunshine, and that's what I wanted to see happen. So now that I know I can do that until I put clear on them, I mean, I can do one and look at it, decide in the morning I don't like it, fix it.
Yeah.
And you stand there and work on it as long as you want to. It ain't going to set up on you. And then when you
Did you
get it just like you like, clear it out. So
have you tried sealing them and putting any clear over yet to see whether they
I,
lift?
I have I've tried sealing on one of them and it locked it in. It doesn't come off when you rub it, and it
That's
didn't bubble up. And I used a Minwax poly,
okay.
and they're alcohol based. The dyes are alcohol based. So when you
Yeah.
hit them with alcohol, you can really make them jump. You know what I mean? So hey,
Yeah.
Jeffrey, Big D makes it look very easy. He's been doing this stuff for 10 or 12 years with Angelus, and there is so much to learn from him. And don't anybody think that I'm trying to be the authority on it, because I am not, because I've learned most of what I know from the same place. But I'm trying to share it with another generation of other people. So, but yeah,
You see,
it just
did you see that ocean fade that Big D did?
yeah, I
That was
did. I
awesome.
think I've not seen them all, and some of them I've seen 5 or 6 times,
Yeah.
because
Really.
that's the way I learn. That's the way I learn, is by doing that. Something like that. So it it's a good way for me to get the knowledge into my old brain. That way. So, uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, I appreciate you coming in today, man, and
I know.
giving a
Thank
little
you.
update. I seen your video, and like I say, I want everybody to go check those out and see them, and see what's going on.
Well, I was
And then
looking.
I did. Robert
I was.
R. just asked if we seen what Ben put out yesterday, where he's went and cleaned out the warehouse and picked up all the screw ups, kind of like what I got, in piles here and there. And he
Right.
brought them together, and he put this neck and this body, this neck and this body. And then he said, okay, well, we'll do a carve on this and a this on that, put that neck on it, and we'll do this one this color. And so they knocking out guitars, cleaning out the warehouse where they found all these, I guess, where people made mistakes and just set them in the corner, like, well, we'll just leave that there and do another one. And so they're going through and trying to clean up some of that, because it's going to be kindling if they don't. You either fix them or hang them up to look at for a mistake to remember, which most people don't want. I mean, I like mistakes to remember sometimes. It helps me to do better. But, they probably don't want that in their business. I ain't trying to sell guitars, different thing. I'm doing it for me. So, but
It was just.
he was saying they're doing that, and they're going to, a lot of them's going to a guitar show in the next few weeks, in about a month, I guess, to be sold off. So, but it's a good way to get them out of the way and make a lot of good content. And it was more streamlined. They done like two or three guitars in that episode. Not all the way, but a lot of work on two or three of them. So it was nice, and
That's
that's
good.
better than seeing it. That's better than seeing it go to waste. You know what I mean? I mean, because if they're just eating up warehouse space and collecting dust, and well, the girl that gave me the nightmare relationship bass and the neck for the other acoustic, I gave her uh, one body that I cut all the way through. My router went. This is a story with me. My router went through the front of a guitar when I was doing the CNC. So the control hole was this big all the way through. You could see through the whole thing, front and
Wow.
back. Kind of looked like the one that Saul done. You could see through the front and the back. Yeah,
I see.
yeah. Well, the one on the stream the other day where you come on and caught it right at the end. Uh,
Uh,
Saul's whatever. Oh, I can't remember his name now. Corey.
Corey.
Yeah, the one that done. I had one that looked just like that with a hole in it. I put her a piece of plastic over it and said, "Here," because she's an artist and she paints. And I gave her two of my mistakes like that and a neck that I done that didn't come out. I handed it to her and said, "Here, paint this. Paint a fretboard on it and some frets while you at it."
Yeah.
And she does this crazy oil arts and stuff. So, give her something to work with because she can't play them guitars.
I remember when I watched one of the GGBO videos, when I think it was last year, when Ben was talking about what they're planning to do for GGBO. Part of it was getting instruments in the hands of people, that couldn't necessarily afford it and that kind of stuff. So it's going to be, I don't know, I didn't see the video, but maybe he'll be using guitars for that. Maybe putting together something nice and donating them to people who need it. But it's a good idea to clean them all out.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. Cade was in last week, and I'm going to tell you what. It's commendable what he's building, man. That guitar he's building for the kid in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
Ravencroft guitars. I am all out in commendment of him for what he's doing for that kid. I mean, I just, that makes me happy. When anybody does something to help somebody else out with nothing to gain from it, that's a good thing. You know what I mean? And
I was having a look at, there's a registered charity in the UK, I think it's IMHO or IHMO, one or the other, but they adapt instruments for people with like upper mobility issues and that kind of thing. And I got in touch with them a while before GGBO, because when GGBO was announced initially, I thought I wouldn't be able to enter it because of the new rule changes and that kind of thing. And I thought maybe I could do a build for this charity, and for the life of me, I couldn't figure out how you go about adapting a guitar for somebody that's got upper mobility issues and that kind of thing. So I thought maybe I could do something either this year or next year, just as a guitar to kind of auction off and raise a bit of money, because GGBO always gets a fair bit of awareness.
Right.
I think it's great what Kate's doing to help somebody out and solve a problem like that. Just awesome.
Well, I got a question for today. I don't know if it'll get answered or not, but I do want to know if I can get it in. And I want to know if in the community class, is there any reason to put our videos into competition listing, because we're not getting voted for, so why should we even be there? So I don't even think I ought to be putting them into competition. Just put them, in the competition section, just put them in the community bill. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because if I'm not into voting, I'm not really in the competition on that part, the voting side. So I don't know. That's the reason I was wanting a little clarification. If anybody knows.
Putting our videos in the Crimson playlist, you mean? Or I don't know.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about on the forum. You can post your stuff, okay, in like community bill, which is what I'm doing. So I got my stuff in community bill, but there's the contest video. There's a link for that where you put in all the your contest videos, so they can feed them from there, I guess. And like I say, mine aren't really. It's not really a contest because I'm not looking for votes. So I don't know if we're supposed to be there or not. So that's the reason somebody knows, put it in the contact, let me know. I'd love to know that. And if not, maybe we'll ask in a stream today. So
I don't think I will. The only thing I've put in, because I've only registered for the community one. The only thing I did is to put my name in there and to put a quick paragraph. When it asks for your bio, just to put that in. And that's it. I literally haven't posted anything else, just because. Well,
you can you can post there. So but and we in the community, I didn't know if we ought to be posting in the contest part. That's the only thing I had a question about. And I don't know if it matters or not, but I don't want to push the button and do it the wrong way. You know what I mean? So.
I don't think it matters, Spike. I don't think people go to the GGBO site to look for any content anyway. I think everybody looks on YouTube, don't they? I do.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna go to their list on YouTube when they got their list, and I'm sure that if I put official video in it, that it'll get there. You know what I mean? If you title it that way, it works. I found that out last year. Put GGBO 2022 official, and then a mark, straight line, and then the rest of your thing, and it'll get their sort.
I think you just need to hashtag it anywhere in your description, don't you? GGBO 2022.
Well, you can probably, but if you put it in the description, it works really good that way. I had a guy do some SEO work for me this week, and on Fiverr. Y'all ever use Fiverr to do anything? I had
No, I've
somebody
heard.
to suggest to me I use them for a couple of things, just see what he do. I mean, he's cheap, you know. So I spent $7, and this guy went through and optimized some of my videos, you know, with name, you know, redone titles and redone some things. And I seen what he done, and honest to God, the videos he worked on, one of them was sitting at like 47, hadn't moved in 4 days. He done the work on it, and it's 64 today. He just done that yesterday,
Well, that's
and it's
pretty good.
just putting everything in the right form for their search engine to find it right. And that's
Yeah,
what he did for me. And then after he sent, he's supposed to do one video, but he done three. And he said, "You want me to do some more?" I'm kind of inclined to let him do it because it's a lot of hassle. But he does keywords and tag words and all kind of stuff like that. But
yeah,
that's just to clean up the SEO. And I mean, for $7, I didn't have to go do all of it. And he knows things about the search engine I don't know. I think, you
yeah.
know.
I think
But some of my videos, the SEO scores 100 on them already where I've done them because I got them right. But
yeah,
some of them are not, you know. And it's just a matter of taking your time to learn all that. That thumbnails kills me. That's my worst, I think. So
yeah. Thumbnails is yeah, thumbnails is a tricky one. I've just kind of decided I'm gonna. I think my initial thumbnails were all pictures of me working, but the recent ones I've done, I just thought I'll take a picture of whatever I'm making looking as pretty as it can, and then I'll put a thumbnail up, and they seem to be doing okay. But for the descriptions and optimizing it, just if you take a look at some videos that have got a lot of hits from either GGBO anytime in the last couple of years, and you can look through the description and the tags and stuff that people have used, and that'll have
oh
something to
yeah.
do. But I think
Okay.
they get
We
up.
we were
I think
we were we were just talking about Okade at Ravencraft, and he comes slipping in on Ravencroft. He just came slipping in on us, and hey, I'd like to thank you for coming, brother. We were commending you, and all of us were talking about when we was going to vote for you, just so you'll know. Yeah, you got all of our hearts. I promise you that, brother. You really do.
did you
I put a link up. If you want to come join us, hit the button, guys. Uh,
did you see
but
Spike? Did you see Lucifer's video that he
yes,
put
I
up?
did. I seen the skateboard bearings. It looks good. I like it. I got a
Yeah,
bunch of skateboard bearings, but it'd be hard to get them in the Caribbean there that deep. So the way he done it's probably a better way because I don't
yeah,
believe it would have worked that way. But hey, yeah, no doubt. So yeah, let me ask you a couple of questions now. If anybody bounces in, we'll share it a little bit. But
yeah.
I got some mail. People kind of want to know what's going on in your world too, you know. So we're checking you out. Uh, how long you been building on guitars, there, brother?
Uh, Probably five, getting on for 5 years, I guess. I was a furniture maker before guitar building, and I started building, yeah, probably about 5 years ago, just because I wanted to build something nicer than I could afford at the time. I think that's probably what it boiled down to. And I
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
always, I've talked to you about this a few times. The bit I really like about guitar building is the precision of it. You know, that's kind of,
right,
I really enjoy that. So I thought it'd be a good challenge, and it'd be something that I'll enjoy and something that I'll end up using myself. So that's kind of where I started, and it just sort of
right.
went. Decided I liked doing it, and who knows, maybe other people might like it, and I could make some money doing it, or at least to kind of sell something and finance the next build. Maybe that
Well,
was the
you
plan.
you sell a few necks and stuff now, don't you, and stuff like that, or bodies?
Yeah,
Don't you sell quite a few bodies? You sell quite a few bodies, right?
for the last couple of years, I've mostly it tends to be Telecaster type stuff that people have asked me for, and that's probably because that's most of the content that I put out has been Tele or Tele based. So yeah, sometimes people get in touch and they have either got they've bought a Fender neck or they've got a neck or something, and they just want like a single piece body because I've got plenty of wood and plenty of options to make single piece bodies. So that tends to be what people want.
Yeah, they like people do like that. I got some chunks here to make some big ones out of. Don't worry. I can make
Yeah,
some Telecasters out of some of this. You know that. So I'm going to. It's coming.
yeah.
Oh me. So who influenced you to get you started? Is there one certain person that got you in guitars, or did you just develop an interest and then start finding people?
For what? For building or for playing? For
The building?
for building. Um, yeah, there was a few. I mean, Ben. I started watching Ben's videos quite a long time ago. Um, I've seen. I just kind of I dip in and out of a lot of channels. Um,
Right.
so since GGBO last year, I watched a ton of Ben's content, kind of his older content when he was making guitars. I guess the type of guitars that I think of as sort of as players' guitars rather than the like the theme builds and stuff he does is not
Yeah,
isn't as
the more novelty theme type stuff, I think. Yeah.
yeah that's sort of
Spaceship
less.
guitars instead of Telecasters. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's still interesting, but it's different to kind of what I want to do.
Right.
The last year or so, you know how you just kind of pick up people. So Daniel at Unquendor Guitars or Unquindor Guitars, I think it is, made that awesome build last year, and I ended up subscribing and watching a ton of his content. So yeah, quite a few different people. Then I picked up lots of other people last year. Brett's channel I found obviously last year, and all of you guys that I know about I found last
Right.
year. Um, but
Well,
before
Brett gets me in stitches, brother. I mean, every time he starts one, I just got to laugh. Uh,
that,
his intro, I like it, but maybe
he's
move it a little bit around. Yeah, yeah, that's up to him. He can do what he wants to, but
he's
I
going to
love
blow
him.
he's going to blow all of us out of the water. I'm convinced of it. As,
Oh, it's coming. He's growing, man. I love it. I appreciate it. I'm glad he's growing. I want everybody to grow. That's what I told you guys. I mean, I want to grow my YouTube, but I ain't in a contest to win a contest. And if
yeah,
I can grow my YouTube by helping other people grow theirs, y'all know how it works. I mean, so you know, right now I haven't seen anybody put a name of a video up, but if they put it on there, I'd probably try to play it. You know what I mean? I try to do that on these. We were doing it a lot at first, but now we got where we just chat for an hour because we don't go that long. And I am going to be moving the time on this to another day and time, and I haven't quite figured that out yet. I was thinking
yeah,
about Mondays, but Mondays will not work because that's my wife's day off. She doesn't keep the grandbaby on Monday and Friday. And so if there's a doctor appointment around here, it all gets scheduled on Monday or Friday. So that's probably not a good idea. Yeah. So, we
any day's
probably
okay.
not going to go there, so,
I keep forgetting the
but,
time difference because it's like lunchtime there, isn't it? It's around
well,
about mid.
I'm thinking about going with Tuesday or Wednesday about 3 o'clock in my afternoon, which makes it 9 o'clock your time, 8 o'clock England, in Australia. Hell, I don't got no idea with them guys. Hey, Space on Guitar, good to see you, brother. And Todd said he's going to slip on out. He ought to know that I'm going to make sure I cut off before that other stream starts. I don't never step in the man's toes. That
Oh,
happens sometimes over there on the other guy, but I don't do that. I don't want to ever. I'm watching that clock. Don't you worry. I'll cut you off and me off too and say bye. But yeah, I just been trying to get a few things ready and set up. And these guys doing these 1 day bills. And I'm going to tell you, nah, that ain't for me. I'm an old man. If I'm going to do
yeah.
anything 1 day, it's go fishing or something.
I couldn't build a guitar in a day. I couldn't build a telly in a day. No
I can
way.
put a kit. I can put a kit together in 4 hours.
Oh
Not
yeah,
put finish on it, but completely finish, put it together and make it play and get it. Unless it's a really bad kit, in about 4 hours, easy, I think. But as far as the other, nah, no. But we were talking before you come in about the different ways people work. And I told them what me and you were talking about the other night that I'm going to doing necks completely butt backwards from everybody else. Most people do a hand neck, then they do a power tool neck, and then they go and do, a CNC if they want to
CNC.
kind of grow in that direction. Well, old technological Spike built the CNC neck, burnt the shop down. Then he's got got him a big pin router, and so he's doing one that way and a regular router, and now he's got the hand tools to do this neck that way. So I'm going just backwards what everybody else does, but it doesn't matter, you know.
They arrived. Have your tools got that?
No, I'm still waiting on the last 4 pieces that I ordered last Tuesday. I don't know where they're at. Everything else is here. Even this router extension that I ordered Friday is here. But the rest of it that I ordered.
Have you routed it all out now? Is it planed and flattened?
No. I just got the machine set up last night. I put the you didn't get to see it. You come in late, didn't you? You didn't see it. I had the camera on it. But yeah, I got the tie there. I got the latches to latch it all down, you know, to hold the guitar down. The hold downs. I got the hold downs mounted and all drilled in and super glued in.
We talked about it. We talked about the whole router sled as an idea, and then about 12 hours later, I saw that you'd already built the entire thing and posted it on Instagram. I think I sent you a message. Fast
yeah,
worker.
You said we just talked about that a few hours ago. Yeah, that's true. Well, let's see. I come from a world where you put a project in front of me, and when my single focused mind goes at that project, nothing else matters but finishing that project and doing it best I can possibly do it. You know, so that's where the ADHD works as a superpower because I can focus it on that and do that. I mean, I was working on it and I decided I was going to put this bench hook on the front of it. So the bench hook's right there now and it's in my vise. But if I want to take it out to the assembly table, I throw it on the assembly table and I got the bench hook to hold it to it. And then just don't have to put as many clamps on it to hold it down. And I also made the edges of it. You see right there how it comes off the edge?
Yeah,
so you got a place to put the clamp to clamp it to the table. Because if I'd have made it straight, you couldn't have clamped it.
Yeah.
I try to think about shit like that. I mean, to me, that's the only thing I can do is try to think about stuff like that. So anyway, guys, I guess it's time. We ought to probably go ahead and get out of the way. I don't want to be close. I was going to do a little die fest, but I'm going to do that one day this week. Y'all keep an eye out and let me know, and I'll let y'all know when I'm going to try to do the other one. And I done that crazy one last night. Everybody seemed to catch it. I guess it don't matter when I throw one up, they'll see it. So I don't have a community button, buddy. So I got to advertise or community. I got to use my time when I can get it in. So I run a commercial.
That's a good idea.
Well, had to do something. So
cool. Well, thank you for having me on, Spike.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime, Gio. You know that. I mean, me and you buddies, I like to talk to you about what's in your part of the world and see your trees blooming and you see mine. And, you know, you never know. I might just come visit one day. Yeah. Me and the wife talked about it. She said, "Will you? If you just, yeah." She said, "Yeah, real quick. She don't normally answer me that quick. She normally don't, man. But she did fast that day."
You tell me when you
I was supposed to ask you your favorite guitar, but I'm betting somehow Telecaster's involved.
Yeah, Telly's the guitar I measure everything else by.
Yeah. Well, guys, let's go ahead and get out of the way, head over. If something happens and they don't do the stream, I'll hit the button and bring another one right back on if they don't start. So just be aware that if they don't, we'll come back and do one. So I got nothing to do this afternoon except, well, I can make a bunch of sawdust, that's for sure. Yeah, I can make a bunch of sawdust. I got a bit that big to go across the top of that thing, shave it with.
Planing bit.
Yeah, I got me one of them too. I got a bunch of stuff to work on. I sold a bunch of gold prospecting stuff last week, guys. And I got orders for this week I got to make tomorrow. So I got to get all my orders out first, guys. So, hey, thank y'all for coming. Let's get out of the way. Bill's telling me to get off here.
Thank you, Spike. See you soon.
Bye, guys. See y'all later. Next time. Bye.